Hi guys. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone who has joined so far. Uh, I can see some of the people just joined in. Today my name is Shweta Sharma and I have come up with this very small topic, which is from your history book in class 10, from the third chapter, and the topic is to civil disobedience movement ड्यूरिंग द नेशनलिज्म ऑफ इंडिया। तो आज हम इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे। बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं इसके बारे में पढ़ने के लिए, लाइक इट स्टार्ट्स फ्रॉम नॉन कोऑपरेशन, हाउ इट फेल्ड, देन हाउ डिड दिस वन कम अप। तो बहुत सारे पॉलिटिकल फिगर्स हैं, अ लॉट ऑफ पर्सनालिटीज हैव बीन इन्वॉल्वड इन दिस एंड हाउ डिड इट स्टार्ट एंड सर्टेन अदर फैक्ट्स। तो हम काफ़ी सारी चीज़ों के बारे में जानेंगे। मीनवाइल इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट थ्रू आउट, प्लीज पुट दैट इन द कमेंट सेक्शन, सो मैं आपका डाउट जो है वो साथ के साथ ही रिजॉल्व कर सकूँ। हाय वैभव, आई कैन सी पीपल हैव कम इन। हाय वैभव, गुड आफ्टरनून। We'll be doing this topic today. This is a very interesting topic. तो अगर आपने बुक्स में पढ़ा होगा, I've only come up with this one topic ताकि बहुत ज़्यादा mixed up ना हो. Okay, so let's talk about this one. But before I start, let me see if people have joined in something. So I'm just waiting for a minute and then we will start the class. Is my voice clear now? Can you hear me now? Please, if you can hear me, just let me know. Okay. Let's just start this chapter. Okay. Um, Before I start, let me explain something about, as per the ritual, something about Unacademy. It's India's largest learning online platform, and you can access a number of live sessions with best of the educators which are present on the platform. We provide you with practice session almost after every session, and then apart from that, there are weekly quizzes, there are mega quizzes which we provide you with along with the doubt clearing session after every 3 to 4 classes. Now this is my referral code, which is double S double two, which is the short form of my initials. So please use this referral code, guys, and get 10% of discount on subscription, on the plus subscription. Please do not forget to use this referral code and let me know. इससे क्या होगा that I'll be able to help you in a much easier way. और सिर्फ मैं नहीं बल्कि जितने भी educators 9th और 10th के लिए present हैं, you can get in touch with them with using this particular code. So please इसको लगाना मत भूलना. Try this referral code and let me know. Again, the same thing. This is my referral code, and this is what you will get if you subscribe to Unacademy Plus. We make sure that your entire syllabus is covered. You get unlimited access to all the courses, the videos, and the PDFs. You can download them, get them printed, and revise it from them. And then you can get live test series. We are coming up with some new live test series. So make sure that you are you know already subscribed to it using my referral code. Apart from that, there's a very interesting announcement that I would really want to make, that I'm coming up with my capsule course on concept maps related to a lot of chapters from social sciences. This is more or less like a mind map. This is useful for people who learn better visually or by seeing things. So this is going to be really interesting. तो इसमें क्या होगा कि जितने भी जैसे भी लोग हैं जिनको थ्योरी ज़्यादा पढ़ना अच्छा नहीं लगता, दिस पर्टिकुलर कोर्स इज फॉर दोज काइंड ऑफ पीपल। तो ऐसे में आप लोग थ्योरी कम पढ़ेंगे एंड वी विल लर्न थ्रू मैप्स, सम कॉन्सेप्ट मैप्स थ्रू माइंड मैप्स। आपने बहुत सारी रेफरेंस बुक्स में देखा होगा, बट आई एम गोइंग टू बी कमिंग अप विद दिस कोर्स स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम टुमारो ऑनवर्ड्स। तो अगर ये कोर्स बहुत छोटा सा है, दिस इज फॉर 6 चैप्टर्स। तो ऐसे 6 chapters which are very much important for both 9th and 10th. I'm coming up with those chapters. So make sure that you subscribe to Unacademy Plus, and then it will be easier for you to understand the concepts. Something about me, I have just joined Unacademy Plus since May, since the month of May, and I've graduated from Delhi University in Political Science Honors. This is how you can join an academy subscription plan. There are one, two, three, four kind of plans, and then it's very cheap. So just make sure that you're subscribed, and let me know. You can message me anytime. Let me know if you have any doubt related to any of the topic in syllabus. Okay, I can see people. Hi Shubham, welcome to the class. Okay, so this is something that we need to understand in today's topic. What exactly do you understand by civil disobedience? See, we always say that we must obey our parents, we must obey our elders. Obey means to follow, to religiously follow something. But disobey means to not follow. It is exactly the opposite. Yes, that's what I'm explaining. Okay. So you can see some pictures here. There are two pictures here, which probably explains you the meaning of civil disobedience. पूरी तरीके से मतलब समझा रही है civil disobedience का. That means not to obey laws, not to criticize someone, refusing people, protesting. So this is all what do you understand by civil disobedience? I hope that's clear. The picture says it all. I need not explain it that way. You can see there's a tax form which has been like teared up. Then there's a protest banner. Then there's people are saying they're hearing the laws but they're not obeying them. Then there's a person saying no way. Herein there's another picture wherein a man is hitting a woman but she's saying no way, no, stop. So that is when you say it's disobedience. You're not obeying the rules. You're not following the rules. Civil means local people. That means uh, people, basically people not following the rules, people not obeying the laws is what you understand by civil disobedience in a basic way. Okay. Now, guys, this is a very small video that I have come up with, so I'd really like to play this for you. अगर आप इसको देखना चाहते हैं तो देख सकते हैं after this session probably. This is a very informative video which I got from Rajya TV. इसमें आपको पूरा background बताया जाएगा कि how exactly it started. So I've just attached it for the sake of understanding how exactly it started. So I'm not going to play it here, but this is definitely for a little background about how exactly nationalism happened. Okay, what I'm going to be explaining to you today is all about civil disobedience movement, but this is all about Champaran, World War I, and all the farmers movement. So this is how it started. This is a background video. तो इसे आप क्लास के बाद देख सकते हैं. ठीक है. बस मैंने छोटी सी चीज़ है जो ऐड की है, तो इसका लिंक जो है आई प्रोवाइडेड इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन. बट या लेट्स मूव अहेड विद दैट. ठीक है. नाउ let's talk about what exactly was civil disobedience movement. एग्जैक्टली क्या है ये सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट और इससे आप क्या समझते हैं एंड व्हाई इट एक्चुअली हैपेंड, व्हेन डिड इट हैपन एंड व्हाट वाज द आइडियोलॉजी बिहाइंड इट. सो लेट्स टॉक अबाउट दैट. इज दिस अ लेसन और अ टॉपिक? दिस इज अ टॉपिक. This is a topic. This is a topic in your lesson nationalism in India. Okay, there's a topic called Towards Disobedience movement, so we will understand that topic. Okay, why it happened is what we will understand today. Okay, in case if you have any questions so far, just let me know in the comment section ताकि I can help you out with it. Okay. Now, civil disobedience was mainly, it was launched by Mahatma Gandhi. What he did after the non-cooperation movement, when it got failed, when he decided to put it down, he basically made 11 demands to Lord Irwin. Okay, he sent it to him. He just said that you need to follow these 11 demands which we have. If you don't, we're going to be putting up with a civil disobedience movement in India. So if you agree to our demands, तो हम ऐसा कोई भी मूवमेंट नहीं चलाएंगे. अगर आप हमारी डिमांड को नहीं मानते हैं, जो हमारी 11 डिमांड्स हैं उसमें एक डिमांड सॉल्ट टैक्स की भी थी कि सॉल्ट टैक्स को हटाया जाए. इज टू लाइक बेसिकली दे वांटेड बिकॉज अर्लियर व्हाट यूज्ड टू हैपन कि जो खाने में हम नमक इस्तेमाल करते हैं, द सॉल्ट दैट वी यूज in earlier times, the British people were putting tax on that salt. Now imagine that you are using salt each and every day in your food items, and then suddenly you get to know that there has been a tax that is getting levied on that salt. How would you feel? It's going to be really a tough situation for people who do not earn a lot and who belong to a poor community, first of all. सो उनकी 11 डिमांड में से एक डिमांड ये भी थी कि जो भी सॉल्ट टैक्स है उसको हटाया जाए. Salt should be made free of cost to people, and it should not be there should not be any tax that needs to be levied on, at least on the salt, which is the basic commodity in all our kitchen. So ये पहली उनकी डिमांड थी. उन 11 डिमांड्स में से उन्होंने कहा था कि अगर ये डिमांड्स फॉलो नहीं की गई, then he will have to come up with civil disobedience movement. एज अ रिजल्ट उनकी डिमांड्स को पूरा नहीं किया गया, इसीलिए उन्होंने सॉल्ट मार्च, जिसको हम डांडी यात्रा भी बोलते हैं, वो निकाली. नाउ दिस मूवमेंट, द आइडियोलॉजी ऑफ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट, हाउ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट स्टार्टेड बाय सॉल्ट मार्च, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बाय डांडी मार्च. ठीक है. इट कंप्लीटली मीन्स disobeying laws, demands, commands of the government. What exactly it means? He properly launched civil disobedience movement on April 6, 1930. This is a date which is mentioned here. Okay. And he basically picked a handful of salt and he completed the Dandi march from the Sabarmati ashram in Allahabad till Dandi, which is the coastal area of Gujarat. Okay. And he made the salt, he manufactured the salt, and he broke the salt law. तो इससे क्या था, सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट की शुरुआत हुई इस दिन से. ठीक है. ही कवर्ड ऑलमोस्ट 249 माइल्स विद 78 पीपल. तो ये चीजें जो आपको याद रखनी है, दिस इज समथिंग दैट यू मस्ट रिमेंबर. ही कवर्ड 249 माइल्स along with 78 of his followers from Sabarmati ashram in Allahabad to Dandi, Gujarat. Okay, तो ये चीज याद रखना. What exactly was it? How was it started? It started with the 11 demands that Gandhi ji made to the British company. Now, when they did not follow his demands, he decided to take a walk, take a Dandi march, and break the salt law by himself. Okay. So now let's talk about something in detail about this. So I think इतना सबको आ गया है. कोई doubt है so far which you would like to understand? तो please comment में post कर दीजिए so that I can check the doubt and help you with it. Okay, so I guess everything is clear because there's no doubt coming up. All right. So why exactly civil disobedience movement? I'll tell you. February 1922. In February 1922, the non-cooperation movement जो civil disobedience से पहले थी, it was called off by Gandhi ji because it was turning really violent. People were killing each other almost. So Mahatma Gandhi felt the need to call it off because he did not want to see it turning all violent. He basically was a follower of non-violence and he wanted each and everything to take place with ahimsa and not with hinsa. Right? So that's the reason why he called off the non-cooperation movement. And a lot of leaders in the middle of this, Swaraj Party was formed by C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru, which इससे एक बहुत important question बनता है every year. So just remember this about Swaraj Party, that it was formed by Chittaranjan Das and Motilal Nehru, because every year there has been almost one question from this statement. Okay. मैम जो वीडियो यूट्यूब पर आती है क्या वही वीडियो अनअकैडमी पर आती है? आर यू टॉकिंग अबाउट प्लस? नो, प्लस में अलग थोड़ा सा. यहाँ पर हम बहुत ही स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक्स को लेकर आते हैं वैभव, यूजुअली ऑन यूट्यूब एंड स्पेशल क्लासेस. एंड प्लस में आपको कंप्लीट एक होलिस्टिक सिलेबस वी प्रोवाइड यू विद द कंप्लीट सिलेबस. ठीक है, जो कि अभी मैं कंप्लीट करा भी रही हूँ. तो अगर आप बाद में भी ज्वाइन करते हैं देन ऑल्सो यू हैव दिस आइडिया कि आप पहले के बैकलॉग्स को भी कवर कर सकते हैं. ठीक है. वीडियोस डिफरेंट होती हैं डेफिनेटली बिकॉज यहाँ पर हम बहुत ही स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक पढ़ाते हैं, लेकिन प्लस में हमें पूरा टॉपिक कवर करना होता है. सो दैट्स द रीजन व्हाई प्लस इज मोर easy and good for you. Okay, so let's talk about this again. In this middle of this, Swaraj Party was formed by these two leaders. Now, when when Gandhiji came back, he saw that the world is suffering from economic depression, and now it's actually and the agricultural prices falling down because depression आ गया है. World War One की वजह से there has been a lot of depression, and people are actually they are falling prey to these agricultural prices. So now is the time that I should launch something which can help us get out of this ब्रिटिश वाला सिचुएशन. तो इसीलिए उन्होंने सिविल डिसोबीडियंस को लॉन्च किया. ये एक मेजर रीजन था व्हाई इट हैपेंड, बिकॉज नॉन कॉपरेशन वाज टर्निंग वायलेंट. वन, it had to be stopped. Second, a lot of leaders wanted to participate in elections. तो उसके लिए कुछ नए movements की ज़रूरत थी. People wanted something new. And then third thing, Indian politics was badly affected by world economic depression and then the agricultural crisis. So people were angry, they were facing a lot of hardships. So that's the reason why civil disobedience came into the picture. Okay, these are the three reasons which you could actually write कि ये एक हो सकता है. ठीक है. अनदर रीजन भी हम डिस्कस करेंगे कि इसमें एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आती है. यू मस्ट हैव हर्ड अबाउट दिस थिंग. वो साइमन साइमन गो बैक. So this is the slogan. I'm sure sabhi ko pata hai, and a lot of people have been chanting this slogan, Simon Go Back. But what exactly do you understand by Simon Go Back? What was it about? क्या है ये Simon Go Back? ठीक है, बहुत सुना है हमने बुक्स में, बहुत पढ़ा है हमने, बहुत मीम्स भी देखे हैं इसके, आई एम श्योर. तो एग्जैक्टली इसका मतलब क्या है सिलेबस के कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, ये मैं आपको बताती हूँ. ठीक है. तो साइमन कमीशन को स्टैट्यूटरी कमीशन भी कहते हैं. नंबर वन थिंग. Okay, it is also called as a statutory commission. Okay, there was one thing that happened during the forming of constitutional draft. Now, in 1928, Motilal Nehru said he addressed India, he addressed the Congress leaders as well, that we need to make a constitution to make our political structure more stabilized. तो उसके लिए हमें कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाने की जरूरत पड़ेगी. ठीक है. तो अब ऐसे में वी वांट समथिंग व्हिच चेंजेस आवर कंट्रीज health completely, political health, economic health. So we need a proper stabilized structure which was like a constitutional draft हमें चाहिए ही चाहिए. अब ऐसे में क्या हुआ? Uh, this statutory commission headed by Sir Simon, okay, he came to India from London, and then he wanted to explain his own constitution. He wanted to make his own constitution system, which was full of Britishers. उसमें कोई इंडियन मेंबर नहीं था. तो बेसिकली उनका ये मानना था कि अगर हम फुल ऑफ ब्रिटिशर्स के थ्रू जितना भी है एक कमीशन बनाएंगे and we will suggest some changes to India, then they will accept. But the people took it very badly. They were like, this commission, number one, is not at all favorable for us. Second thing, इसमें कोई भी Indian member है ही नहीं. It is completely full of people from all over the British, and then there's nobody from India. So you guys cannot hear what we actually want. So that's the reason Go Simon back के नारे बहुत ज़्यादा लगाए गए. Go back Simon. We don't want you, because there was no Indian member in the commission. They wanted some Indian member, and they actually wanted our own constitution to be formed. उसमें हमें किसी और का जो था इंक्लूजन नहीं चाहिए था गवर्नमेंट को उस टाइम पे, इंडियन गवर्नमेंट को. That's the reason उन्होंने गो बैक साइमन के नारे लगाने शुरू किए, and that's how this thing came into the pictures. Okay, now in 1929 December, under the presidency of Jawaharlal Nehru, Lahore Congress was formalized. Lahore Congress session was formalized. This was made, and the objective was to demand of Poon Swaraj, which means complete freedom, complete rule. Swaraj means self-rule, so that basically means the complete rule. Okay, that was the whole idea of Poon Swaraj. Okay, that was it. Uh, Means the complete independence for India. Okay. So I'm sure अभी इतना समझ में आ गया होगा. Any doubt so far? That's the reason 1930 अगस्त 26 जनवरी को हम इंडिपेंडेंस से सेलिब्रेट करते हैं बेसिकली, which is like the full independence of India. पूर्ण स्वराज हम सेलिब्रेट करते हैं. I'm not talking about Republic Day here, guys. This is पूर्ण स्वराज Day. This is another thing. Okay. So I hope that is clear to you. बहुत सिंपल था ये एक टॉपिक है, बहुत ज़्यादा टफ नहीं है. तो साइमन कमीशन was all about the functioning of constitutional system and the changes that Sir Simon came up with in India. He basically wanted to have his own constitutional system full of Britishers. तो ये एक basically reason था. Okay. So I hope that much is clear. If you did not understand anything, please put that in the comments so that I can really like explain that to you. Okay. So now how exactly did the Salt March and Civil Disobedience movement started? Simon Commission was also one of the reasons why civil disobedience movement started, and people actually did not want him to form a government or constitution system in India. So that's one of the main reason why it actually started. Now the second thing, how did exactly Salt March and civil disobedience movement came into the picture? Again, I told you that Gandhiji sent a letter to Viceroy Irwin stating his 11 demands, and he basically said कि इन 11 demands को पूरा करो, otherwise we will have to come up with a movement, which was the civil disobedience movement. Because salt के ऊपर tax लग रहा था, और salt के ऊपर tax जो है basically that is something uh, which was really bad. I mean, during that time, if you're putting a tax on something which is a basic commodity, then nobody is gonna like it. तो उनकी demands में से ये demands भी शामिल थी कि salt के ऊपर जो भी tax लगा हुआ है उसको हटाया जाए, और लोगों को बिना tax के जो है इस salt access करने का मौका दिया जाए. ठीक है. So now these demands उन्होंने time दिया था कि just make sure that you fulfill these demands by 11 March. Otherwise, the entire Congress will start a civil disobedience campaign. Okay, now that was the idea. Now, this salt march was started by Mahatma Gandhi. As I told you, he got accompanied by 78 of his trusted volunteers, and he did it on foot. He traveled 240 miles from Gandhi Ashram in Sabarmati to Gujarat coastal town of Dandi. This was very famous. Okay. Yeah. So this was very famous during this time, and then in basically he reached Dandi on 6th April. Okay, and he violated the law by manufacturing the salt then and there. उन्होंने salt बनाया, and then he marked the beginning of civil disobedience movement. That's how exactly this movement was started. That was the exact way through which it started, by uh, boiling the sea water and manufacturing the salt, and basically he violated the law. So that's how exactly it started. इस तरीके से ये start हुआ. ठीक है. कोई और doubt है किसी को तो please ask me. Okay, and then we shall move ahead with the topic. बहुत simple है. It started with basically the salt law, the breaking of salt law. Nothing more to that, and it was very simple. There's nothing like, there's no big deal about this. So please just understand that reason about the 11 demands that Gandhi made. Okay, and then how it was not followed by Lord Irwin, and then how they started. Uh, he basically did a Dandi march from Sabarmati to uh, this Dandi town, Dandi area of coastal Gujarat, and then he broke the salt law by making the salt. So I hope that part is clear to each and every one. In case if you didn't understand, please let me know. Okay? In case if you didn't understand, so please let me know. श्योर। ओके, ठीक है, तो आगे बढ़ते हैं हम इस टॉपिक के साथ। व्हाट वर द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस नाउ? एग्जैक्टली, तो ये हम जानेंगे कि व्हाट एग्जैक्टली वाज द इफेक्ट ऑफ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस. This movement spread across the world, okay, and salt law was broken in different parts of the country, okay, everywhere. People started doing, they basically started going to the coastal areas, to the salty areas, and then they made all these. They broke the salt law, they manufactured the salt, okay, in different parts of the country. That was number one effect. Second, सेकेंड जो इफेक्ट था बेसिकली, ऑल दीज फॉरेन क्लोथ्स वर बॉयकॉटेड. जैसे कि अभी चल रहा है दैट चाइना बॉयकॉट चल रहा है राइट नाउ, ऐसे ही ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम a lot of foreign cloths was boycotted and khadi was introduced. Basically it was introduced during the non cooperation movement, लेकिन non cooperation के टाइम पे भी the limitation of non cooperation movement वो ये थी कि खादी was very much expensive. And all these institutions that these students left, जहाँ पर वो लोग पढ़ रहे थे, we did not have much facilities during that time. So लोगों को वापस अपनी jobs पे, अपने institutions में और अपने पुराने कपड़ों में लौटना पड़ा. तो इसीलिए काफ़ी ज़्यादा वेरिएशन नहीं था. But this time all the foreign cloth was boycotted. Peasants, all these farmers, they basically they refused to pay the revenue in a lot of places. A lot of forest laws were violated. Okay, and basically what exactly happened, that Abdul Ghaffar, in this time, a major incident also happened. Abdul Ghaffar Khan, he was a very like very devout disciple of Mahatma Gandhi. उनका बहुत बड़ा basically he was a follower. And then boycott का मतलब to basically to ban. Right now it's coming up as China boycott, like we should ban China's product. So basically it's the same meaning. Boycott means to not use, to completely ban, to stop the complete usage. That's what it means. Okay. So foreign cloth was boycotted. Peasants said that we're not going to pay any revenue, any taxes. So and in a lot of places, salt law was violated. And then in a lot of places, forest laws were violated. उस time पे forest laws बहुत हुआ करते थे. Like these normal people were not supposed to go into the forest, uh, uh, you know, without any permissions from the British officials, but people violated them. Okay, so Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who was a very big disciple, a very big follower of Mahatma Gandhi, he was arrested in 1930 April, and just after a month, Gandhiji was also arrested and he was put into the jail. Okay, just after a month. But after this thing, when he got arrested, that led to a severe attack on these British officials in all over India. People were getting crazy. All this a horrific situation came into the picture. Like people were going mad and they were killing each other, and a lot of attacks that happened during this time. And basically they were attacking all the British symbols that they made during this time. तो जितने भी British companies थी, उनकी जितने भी all these buildings and structures were there, they basically broke down each and everything. This led to an attack on these structures that symbolize British rule. So now, after seeing this entire situation, Mahatma Gandhi was like, uh, he decided to basically call off the movement again. Okay, and he entered into a pact with Viceroy Irwin on 5th March 1931, just after a year. Yes, exactly. Exactly, Vaibhav, right. So that was the reason why non-cooperation movement was called off, because khadi, which was introduced, a lot of things which were introduced were very expensive and they weren't quite affordable by the normal people. So instead, they basically went back to all the export goods. We could not afford these things, so उनके लिए भी प्रॉब्लम था. ठीक है, जिन जिन स्टूडेंट्स ने अपने कॉलेज छोड़े या जिन लोगों ने अपना जॉब छोड़ा था, उनके पास कोई और काम नहीं था करने के लिए. So they had no choice but to go back to their jobs and their colleges. So that was one of the reason why non-cooperation movement was called off, and probably this was called off by Mahatma Gandhi to see the violence again, and he made a pact with Gandhi with Irwin, Lord Irwin, on 5th March 1951. ठीक है? Basically, under this pact, he had to go to a round table conference in London. ठीक है? To discuss the constitution, to discuss all the changes that needs to be taken place. That needs to be implemented in Indian constitution system in India, basically. तो उसके लिए राउंड टेबल कॉन्फ्रेंस एक हुआ था जिसमें गांधी जी ने पार्टिसिपेट किया था लंदन में. अकॉर्डिंग टू दिस पैक्ट he went there. Okay. When this conference broke down, after this conference, Gandhiji returned to India again, and then he relaunched the civil disobedience movement because he could not agree with all these things which were happening in Roundtable Conference. He was like, no, this is my country, and I want to go and relaunch this movement. So जब वो वापस आए, उन्होंने दोबारा से civil disobedience movement start करना चाहा, but people were very much uncertain about these things. Like this time people were like, what if you stop the movement all over again, right? So they were very uncertain with his timings. They were like, basically, everybody had their homes, everybody wanted to participate, but they were in big dilemma because they did not know when it's going to get stopped. But in next session I will let you know. Okay, so yes, now let's start it again. Okay, so if you can see me again, 1 second. I think there has been some issue that happened. Okay, yeah. So let's start one more time. All right. So this was basically how it exactly happened. And then Gandhi ji he went to this conference, which made sure that, which was all about how administration should be implemented in India. So he was completely against it. And when he came back to India, he decided to relaunch the civil disobedience movement. But the people during this time, but they were so shaken and they were so much in dilemma that they were very confused whether we should go into this movement or not. क्योंकि उनके दिमाग में ऐसा चल रहा था कि अगर हमने दोबारा ये स्टार्ट किया देन हमें नहीं पता कि नेक्स्ट टाइम ये कब खत्म हो जाएगा, बिकॉज गांधी जी ने ऑलरेडी 2 मूवमेंट इन बिटवीन खत्म कर दिए हैं. तो अब ऐसे में इज इट रियली वर्थ इट टू जंप इनटू द मूवमेंट. तो ये एक बहुत ही बड़ा डिलेमा था लोगों के दिमाग में, क्योंकि उस टाइम पे इतना मोमेंटम नहीं था. They wanted something more certain. They wanted something which is more, you know, fixed. उनके दिमाग में ऐसा था. ठीक है. So अभी तक जो चीजें हमने पढ़ी हैं, basically the causes, what was civil disobedience movement, and exactly क्या था, what was the ideology. The ideology was basically to hi Vijay, I'm teaching civil disobedience movement. So the ideology was basically to disobey all the laws which has been put up by the British East India Company, and apart from that, to disobey all the demands and to break some laws, to break the salt law, वो भी था इसमें. ठीक है. ये चैप्टर जो है आपका, दिस इज द थर्ड चैप्टर. ठीक है. नेशनलिज्म इन इंडिया ऑफ हिस्ट्री. इसमें से एक टॉपिक मैंने निकाला है सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट का. तो उसके बारे में हम आज पढ़ रहे हैं. सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट के बारे में हम आज पढ़ रहे हैं. हाउ इट स्टार्टेड, व्हाट वाज इट ऑल अबाउट, क्यों ये स्टार्ट हुआ था, किसने स्टार्ट किया था, कैसे स्टार्ट हुआ था, और इससे क्या क्या चीज़ें अफेक्ट हुई थी, हाउ डिड एक्चुअली पीपल टेक इट. तो ये सारे टॉपिक हैं जो हमने आज इसमें कवर किए हैं और कवर कर रहे हैं. ओके. सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दिस चैप्टर. ठीक है. In case all these joinees, if you guys have any doubts, so please put that in the comment section so that I can check it and help you with the doubts. ठीक है. तो ये प्रॉब्लम थी. Simon Commission was again one of the reasons, big reasons why civil disobedience movement was started. Okay, because this Simon Commission that came into India was not very well accepted. I just replied. Are you able to hear me? Okay, yes. So yes, I just replied. This is a Nationalism in India chapter, the best class for SST 10th. Have you subscribed already? You can join my class, okay? And then I'm already covering the SST syllabus. You can join the class, okay? Uh, all right. So we spoke about Salt March and the Civil Disobedience movement completely. ठीक है, तो अभी हम जो तीसरी चीज़ बात करने वाले हैं वो, अगर आपने सब्सक्राइब नहीं किया है ना, पर देन यू कैन सब्सक्राइब, यू कैन यूटिलाइज माय कोड विच इज़ SS22, ठीक है, ऑलरेडी मैंने बताया हुआ है क्लास में, तो आप प्लीज़ कोड यूज़ कर लीजिए एंड देन यू कैन गेट इन टच विद मी रिलेटेड टू ऑल द स्टडी मटेरियल्स एंड जो भी हमने क्लास में प्रोवाइड किया हुआ है वो सब, ठीक है। तो इफेक्ट्स ऑफ सिविल डिसोबीडियंस मूवमेंट की हमने बात की थी। Basically, what exactly happened, as I told you, salt law was broken into different parts of the country. Foreign cloth, yes, everything, everything. Okay, foreign cloth was boycotted. A lot of farmers, they refused to pay the revenue, and the forest laws was violated. Okay, Abdul Ghaffar Khan, this man who was a disciple, who was a follower of Mahatma Gandhi, he was arrested, and after 1 month, Mahatma Gandhi was arrested as well. ठीक है, और महात्मा गांधी के अरेस्ट हो जाने के बाद पीपल स्टार्टेड एक्टिंग वेरी वायलेंटली। तो इस वायलेंस के बीच में महात्मा गांधी सॉ द सिचुएशन एंड इट वाज वेरी बैड because it turned out to be completely violent, and Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement again after non-cooperation. And he decided to sign a pact with Lord Irwin, on 5th March 1931, which basically made him, इस पैक्ट के अंदर एक रूल था that he had to go and participate in the round table conference in London, and he basically will have to agree to all the administrative laws जो कि ब्रिटिशर्स या ब्रिटिश इम्प्लीमेंट करेगा इंडिया में, he will have to agree, but he was not very convinced with the administrational values which happened during the Roundtable Conference, and then he came back and then he again launched the civil disobedience movement. But इस बार क्या था? इस बार people were not that much in the mood कि वो लोग ये movement दोबारा से start करें. They basically started again, but in 1934 again it lost its momentum. बहुत ज़्यादा limitations आ गई थी इस चीज़ में, तो ज़्यादा लोग इसमें पार्टिसिपेट नहीं करना चाहते थे बिकॉज दे हैड दिस डिलेमा कि ये मूवमेंट दोबारा से स्टॉप हो जाएगा। ओके, सो दे वर थिंकिंग अबाउट इट at that way. Okay, so yes, this is one thing. Another is जो last topic बचता है basically वो ये बचता है, what are the limits of civil disobedience? What were the limits of civil disobedience? Like अभी civil disobedience पूरा खत्म हो गया है, how it started. There were 11 demands, and then there was salt law, then Simon Commission. So these were the reasons why civil disobedience started. अभी start होने के बाद what were the limitations? How it fell short of certain things. So उन 5 चीजों के बारे में हम यहाँ पर बात करेंगे. All these 5 points. What were the 5 points? What were the 5 limitations that that are very much important in civil disobedience right now? Now these Dalits, there were Dalits. If you have heard about this thing, Gandhiji used to call these untouchables, these Dalits, as Harijans. That means the children of God. Hari ke Jan, that means the children of God, without whom Swaraj can never be achieved. Okay. So all these Dalit people, okay, Dalit who were the untouchable people, they were not very much in the favor of this concept of Swaraj. Okay, they were not like completely agree with this kind of movement. They were like, this is not going to help us completely because it comes up with a lot of different things. Yes, it's okay. I think it's now. Can you see now? One second, let me see. Can you hear me at least? One second, one second. Uh, yeah, okay. Can you hear me now? So I think, yeah, let's start with this one. Okay, so at least can you hear? I think there has been some lag. So let's just, you can hear me if that's okay. If you can hear me, even that's okay. I think there has been some like background lag. I don't know. Okay, so let's talk about the limits of civil disobedience. If you can hear me, even that's fine. Just help me with the comments if you cannot understand something. Okay, so just put that in the comments so that I can like really check. Okay, so now बात करते हैं civil disobedience movement की limitations की. Now all these people who were Dalits basically जितने भी लोग थे, जितने भी दलित लोग थे, they were not really moved with the fact with this स्वराज concept. तो उनके दिमाग में ये स्वराज का concept बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं था. They were not really they were not understanding this concept. तो उनके लिए ये बहुत अलग चीज़ थी. उनको ये बहुत ज़्यादा समझ में नहीं आ रहा था. ठीक है. तो उनके लिए this concept was very different. एंड दे वर लाइक कि नहीं नहीं हमें ये कॉन्सेप्ट नहीं चाहिए. ठीक है, इट्स बेटर दैट यू डू इट. तो उन्होंने इस कॉन्सेप्ट को बहुत ज़्यादा जो है बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस नहीं दी. फॉर देम इट वाज रियली गेटिंग आउट ऑफ द लाइन. ओके, तो उनके लिए ये कॉन्सेप्ट बहुत ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग नहीं था. तो दैट्स द रीज़न व्हाई दे completely declined this idea. Okay, now second thing, guys, give me a second. I think there has been some problem. Okay, so basically, what Gandhi ji did, he organized the satyagraha. He organized the satyagraha for all these untouchables, but they were keen on a different politics. These untouchable people, these Harijans, these Dalit people, they had complete different solution to these problems of the community. They demanded the reserved seats in the educational institution and a separate electorate. They basically wanted to have some reserved seats, जो कि आज हम देखते हैं that there are certain seats, 27%, 28% seats are reserved for these people, for SC and ST. So basically they demanded that kind of rule. उनके लिए they were like they will support you, but you will have to make sure that we get some reserved seats in educational institution and some other electorate seats. Okay, because we also want our own rule here. Can you hear me? But if you can hear me, then it's okay. Okay. If you can hear me and if you can see me and the screen and the display, I think it's okay. It's fine. There has been some issue with the camera, I think. So let's just go ahead with that. You can comment, guys, so that I can actually see if my voice is at least audible to you. Okay, so basically, what was the limit? Again, the limitation was that these people wanted their own reserved seats in these educational institutions, and they wanted a separate electorate. इसीलिए right now, if you must have seen in a lot of college institutions, in a lot of other institutions as well, there has been like OBC reservations, SC, ST reservations, which you will see in certain colleges. तो ये पहले से होता चला आ रहा है because these people demanded that kind of rule. Now, Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, who was the man who organized these Dalits into depressed class associations, he basically he had a clash with Mahatma Gandhi at the second round table conference, wherein he basically wanted a separate electorate for these Dalits, but Mahatma Gandhi did not want that. Mahatma Gandhi just wanted, all in one. But Bhimrao Ambedkar was like, we should make, these people more aware about their rights, and we should make some seats reserved for these people, and then we should provide them with a separate electorate. But that's the reason why he clashed with Mahatma Gandhi during this time, during the second roundtable conference. Okay, because they had different demands for Dalits, they had different ideologies. So there was a clash. You must have heard about इस चीज़ के बारे में सुना भी होगा कि गांधी जी और भीमराव अम्बेडकर के जो opinions थे वो इस मामले में बहुत different थे. All right. So now there was a pact which is mentioned again. Pune Pact of September 1932 gives the right, gives the reserved seat right to the depressed class. डिप्रेस्ड क्लास को हम बाद में शेड्यूल्ड कास्ट के नाम से जानते हैं. ठीक है, तो पूना पैक्ट के अंदर, पूना पैक्ट के चलते all these depressed class, all these Dalits were provided with the reserved seats in the legislative councils, in the provincial legislative councils and the central legislative councils. Okay, तो जितनी भी विधानसभा थी या फिर लोकसभा थी, all these legislative councils ने इनको reserved seats मिली, आज भी है. That almost like इनके लिए लोकसभा में भी और राज्यसभा में, sorry, not राज्यसभा, लोकसभा and all these legislative assemblies, the classes, the seats are reserved for scheduled caste and scheduled tribe. आपने सुना भी होगा, पढ़ा भी होगा इस चीज के बारे में. तो seats जो हैं वो इनके लिए reserved हैं. Okay. Hi guys, you can see, but you guys are late. Okay. I know you are late, but you can see the chapter later on. Okay. खत्म हो जाने के बाद आप दोबारा देख सकते हो. Now, after the decline of non-cooperation Khilafat movement, when non-cooperation Khilafat movement जब हट गया, इसके बाद Muslims were very much alienated from the Congress. Okay. And because of which Hindu-Muslim relations got worsened again. This was again the bad effect, the limitations of civil disobedience. तो बहुत ज़्यादा unity नहीं रही हिंदू और मुस्लिम्स के बीच में. That's another effect. That's another limitation that caused due to this civil disobedience movement. Okay, guys. So ये 5 points हैं which you must see. These 5 points. The Dalits were not completely in the favor of Swaraj. They wanted their own reservation in these electorates, in these educational institutions. उनको चाहिए था कि उनको भी proper seats मिले. ठीक है. only then they would be able to participate in something like this. Now, there was a roundtable conference that held, uh, in which Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar, there was a clash in between these two people regarding the demands made by the Dalits. Okay. Then under this Pune Pact of 1932, depressed class, all these Dalit peoples, all these scheduled caste were provided with the seats in legislative assemblies of both center and states. Then, after this non-cooperation खिलाफत movement was इसको हटाया गया, उसके बाद there was a lot of alienations that happened in Muslims. Okay, so this was all about limitations of civil disobedience. I hope all that is clear to each and everyone. You might not be able to see my picture, but I think you can hear my voice. So that way, this topic comes to an end. We have read a lot about this topic. हमने starting से पढ़ा that what were the causes, what exactly do you understand by, and then there's a video which I've attached in this. You can probably see the video as well. वो आप चेक कर सकते हैं. Then you can learn anytime and anywhere with Unacademy. You can see this video later on once I finish this off. Okay, so and also if you're planning to take the subscription, तो guys please utilize my referral code which is double S double two. ठीक है, इससे क्या होगा, आपको 10% ऑफ मिलेगा सब्सक्रिप्शन पे and you can further apply your own credits, which will totally make it to till 20%. So yeah, you will get the entire off, and please just let me know once you have applied it. Please apply the code, and you can message me with any query of yours. अभी तक अगर कुछ भी ऐसा है जो आपको समझ में नहीं आया, so please put it in the comments so that I can check it and reply it to you. ठीक है? You might not be able to see my picture, but please put it in the comment if you did not understand something. तो मैं आपको बता दे कमेंट्स में ही बता दूंगी मैं आपको. It's a very small topic, probably of 3-4 slides, but you need to understand the meaning of civil disobedience and why it started, what were the effects, who started it, and what were the limitations. Okay, so these are the 3-4 paragraphs, these are the 3-4 points, bullet points, which you need to understand about this topic. Okay, so just make sure that you read this and see this chapter again, see this video again, in case you want. And yeah, you can subscribe to the channel and please like the video after this. Thank you so much, guys, for giving me your time. And I'm done for the day. Thank you so much. And in case if you have any doubt, so just comment. I will try to resolve the doubt. Okay. And thank you so much for the time. That's all for the day. Thank you.